Hi, I'm Barbara. I'm the teacher. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Deeply appreciate it. We've been doing this, waiting for our audience. Here you are. So we're thrilled. I want to thank a few people. Catherine Campbell, who is here right now. I just saw your name, Catherine. Thank you for everything that you do for us. I teach these classes, and Catherine Campbell runs these classes, and we can't do it without her running the classes because I don't know how to do that. I want to thank Mary Jo, who did all the visuals for us today, so which you'll see in a few moments. Monumental undertaking, Mary Jo. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times over, Bob. Thank you again and again and again for the music. And that's Bob Lipson I'm talking to, and his daughter, Laura Lipson, who basically has been saving our little you-know-whats because we're not quite up to the technical part of this. So thank you for saving us again, Laura. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, I want to thank these actors. I want to thank my classes. I want to thank you all because without you, I just have nobody to talk to on Tuesdays. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you have a great show, everyone. Enjoy yourselves.
In-Laws by Andrew Bergman, starring Chuck Martinez as Sheldon and Mark Schwartz as Vince. We are in a Manhattan diner where Sheldon Cornpet, an unassuming Manhattan dentist, and his future in-law, Vince Ricardo, a purported businessman, are recovering from a harrowing foot and car chase through the streets of the city after being pursued by two hitmen. Vince has just revealed to Sheldon that he is actually a CIA operative.
You feeling a little better? Well, you were smart to order the split pea soup. Looks delicious. May I? That's very nice. It's a little greasy. Very nice. Crumble some of those saltines into its shell. That'll absorb the grease. Sheldon, when I speak to you, do you understand the words? Oh, that's good. I was beginning to get worried. I thought, all this excitement might have gotten to you.
Let me see if I got this straight.
Mhm.
You work for the CIA.
That's right.
Been with them 20 years.
Since Eisenhower.
You robbed U.S. Mint for the CIA, is that correct?
Completely.
Okay. Then let me ask a question. Since when is it the policy of the CIA to impress private citizens into its service without telling them anything about it, so that upstanding members of the community find themselves running down the street with bullets flying past their heads?
That was a mistake.
Oh, some mistake.
Well, thank God nobody was hurt.
How do you justify such behavior?
I didn't do it lightly. It's done in the name of something important, which you couldn't understand.
I couldn't understand.
No. It's way too complicated.
Hey, I read the newspapers. I graduated second in my class. Don't underestimate the man in the street.
All right. You got a point. You're right. And when you're right, you're right. Okay. Try and follow me, Shell. This thing has got to do with a conspiracy that originated in Central America against the economy of the United States. We got wind of it 9 months ago when they robbed the German mint. Well, actually, they robbed the English mint, then they robbed the German mint, and then they robbed the Swiss mint. But they never took any money.
Who did this?
It's a Latin American syndicate. They only took the plates. Now, what you have to understand is we have information. The agency has resources.
CIA.
Goddamn right, buddy, the CIA. We know these planes are headed to Central America and that these people intend to run off billions of dollars of this currency. They want to obliterate their debts.
What debts?
Well, all these countries, Shell, they all owe billions of dollars to the West. They can never pay it back. They're too poor, you know that. Their only hope is a worldwide inflation, but it's got to be a huge one. So big that paper money's not worth anything. You could use it for wallpaper. Now, when they get a hold of these plates, the ones that I robbed today, which is American dollars, they're all set.
Set for what?
Well, what do you think will happen when they run off all this dough and there's trillions of extra dollars, francs, and marks floating around? You got to collapse of confidence in currency. People are going to panic. There's going to be gold riots, atonal music, political chaos, mass suicide. It's Germany before Hitler, right? You could see that. Jesus, I don't know what people are going to do when a six-pack of Budweiser costs them $1,200.
That'd be awful.
You think I'm bullshitting?
No, I don't.
They thought I was bullshitting.
Who?
The CIA. I told them. I said, fellas, the thing to do is to rob the US Mint. Real rob. Professional. Real gangsters, real guns. Smoke out the action. Grab those plates, get an engravings, and go to Central America and nab these bastards. They thought it was too risky. They turned me down.
Wait a minute. The CIA turned us down? I thought you were doing this for them.
I am.
Well, then they're behind you.
No, this I did on my own.
You robbed the US Mint on your own? The CIA thought it was too crazy, too risky? You robbed them on your own. You committed a federal crime.
Of course, it's federal. The Treasury Department's on the case.
What if you get caught?
Oh, we won't. Not as long as we stick to my.
Stop with the we. If you get caught, will the agency come forward and say, hey, it's okay, he works for us?
No,
No.
no. If I get caught, I'm out in the cold on this one. They shred my records. They say they never heard of me. It's 20 years in the slammer.
And me? I was the one running down the street with it. I was the one in the gutter.
And you were tremendous, Shell. The way you handled yourself, I can't tell you how impressed I was. Seriously, I mean this. It's something I've been waiting to say. You were sensational. And some act of friendship I'll remember for as long as I live.
Yeah, which could be an hour. What do I got, an hour and a half?
You've got nothing to worry about. You're an innocent victim.
How so?
Well, I know it, and the cab driver knows it. We both say so.
What happens to you?
Yeah, I'll manage. I've been in tougher jams than this before. Back when Kennedy was president, you saw that picture hanging in the office.
Yes, I did.
He was crazy about me.
I was very impressed.
Honey, can we get the check, please?
What that inscription mean? At least we tried.
Oh, the Bay of Pigs. That referred to the Bay of Pigs.
You were involved with the Bay of Pigs?
Involved. That was my idea. I got this, Sheldon.
The Bay of Pigs.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Shell, you gonna be home in about an hour?
Why?
Well, I want to get that engraving out of your house.
What engraving?
Last night, I left one in your basement.
An engraving from the bag
In my haste.
in my basement?
Why are you getting so excited?
Why am I getting excited? Central piece of evidence from the biggest federal crime since, the atomic spy case sits in my basement. And you want to know why I'm getting excited?
Go back to your lunch. Do I meddle in your business?
I want that thing out of my house.
I'm getting to that. Sit down. Finish your soup.
I don't want to sit down. I don't want my soup.
You hardly touched it.
Stop with the soup.
Relax. Now, the thing. We'll call it the thing, okay, Sheldon? I mean the engraving. The thing about your house, 2 hours. A man calling himself D. Tracy will come to your house wearing galoshes. Give him the thing.
Let me explain something. If that thing's not out of my house in 2 hours, so help me God, I will.
I understand how you're feeling. Believe me, it'll be gone by 5, Sheldon. Years from now, we'll look back on this thing, sitting around a Christmas tree. We'll have a big laugh. Okay, I gotta run, Sheldon. Remember, D. Tracy.
Complete stranger. He sat down next to me. I never saw him before in my life.
MJ, I'm just going to go ahead and read this, if that's okay. Prima Facie is a one-woman play that follows Tessa Ensler, a criminal defense barrister, from her experience growing up working class in Liverpool to her admission to Cambridge University. Tessa excels despite the odds, and finally, her invitation to be King's Counsel as she confronts fighting the most important case of her career, her own.
Thoroughbreds, every single one of them. Primed for the race, every muscle pumped, trained, ready for the sprint, waiting at the starting gates. Then all rise out of the stalls. Know when to have restraint, when to find an opening, ready to jump when the prosecution falters. Poised, waiting, waiting. And there it is. Instinct pushes me forward. Your Honor. I'm on my feet, eyes zooming in on me. The judge looks at me. The witness is yours, Miss Ensler. Yes. First day of law school, Cambridge University. 200 faces. Almost all of us, perfect scores. The dean stands telling us, you are the creme de la creme. She really said that. We like it. Top law school, top city, top marks, top people. You are the ones who will change this country. Look to the person on your left. Look to the person on your right. Now, look at me. One of the three of you will not make it. Out of those of you who even make it through law school, only 1 in 20 will become barristers. Only one of those will be invited to become King's Counsel. And then only one of those KCs has a chance of becoming a judge. Each decade. You are not friends. You're fighting each other. The game begins now. You know, it's been over 10 years. I still think about that. Julian and I burn the midnight oil night after night. He's not a look I would usually find attractive. He's all clean and well pampered, smells of expensive aftershave, son of a King's Counsel. We fuck on the corner sofa in his office. I tell him things I don't usually talk about, and he listens. About my family, my life, losing my dad. Can we do something this week, Tessa? We don't have to if you feel weird. I do feel weird. Our rooms are on the same floor in Chambers. It's Julian. I do want to see him again. Mia, my best friend, thinks I'm falling for him. Julian and Tess. Tess and Julian. In sexual assault cases, it's usually just one person's word against another. The story has to make legal truth. The defense doesn't have to prove she did consent. You just have to point out that he did not know there was no consent, that it was reasonable for him to think it was okay. I feel for the alleged victims, I really do. I can tell they're scared of what I'll ask them. I remember this one case. I was defending the guy. The woman, Jenna, looked me square in the face. I'm not getting anything out of this. I don't want to be here. I'm only doing this to protect other women from this man. Jenna lost. She was so composed throughout all her evidence, but afterwards I saw her fold in two. I won. Julian meets me at the Japanese place on the corner. We talk work, life, books, everything. Pour sake for one another. We Uber to my place. We kiss in the back, slowly, warm. When we arrive, we seem to fall into having sex. We doze off, not sure how long. Somewhere in the corners of my mind, Tessa, just lie there and let me make love to you. I am suddenly very awake. He's on top of me, but his hand is on my face. Hang on, this is all too... No, I can't breathe. Stop, I try to push him away with my hands. He's inside me. It's rough and painful and it hurts. Something horrible. I feel myself leave my body. This is not happening. I should find a way to want this. Or scream. I can't scream. His hand is over my mouth. I feel such panic. It goes on and on. I am there, but I am not. What do I do now? I leave my own place, Julian snoring in my bed, wander down the street freezing in skirt and sandals. I ask the cabbie, "Can you take me to the nearest police station, please?" So much at stake. My privacy, my family, my friends, my career, everything. I'm scared. I can't stop all the voices. You fucked a guy on a sofa at work. You bring him home to your bed. You're so drunk you even vomit. You didn't scream or kick enough. You froze. In the middle of it all, you just froze. What's wrong with you? You're pathetic. You just let him sleep in your bed after he did that to you while you just cried in the shower. Julian's a good barrister. He does a lot of pro bono work. What are you doing to him? What if he really thought you were consenting? Instinct tells me this is a losing case. But there's this person inside of me, the girl who's fought and fought to be seen, who is invited to be KC. Look left, look right. Who won't make it? She's brave. And if I do nothing, I'm afraid I could lose her. Yes, I will give evidence in court. The King versus Julianne Brooks. It's 782 days since the hospital bed. The Havens Rape and Sexual Assault Forensic Medical Unit. It's 8:30 in the morning, and there's a woman with surgical gloves examining my vagina. I will not cry. And now, the trial will run for 3 days, and it's only me giving evidence, not Julian. Today, Julian is pleading not guilty. He will not admit what he did, but I know that he knows. He has convinced himself that he's the victim. Well, me, I'm forced to say the words, relive it all in front of everyone. I'm the one on trial. A young woman, a police officer, so tiny in her uniform, baton in her holster. She enters. "They're calling for you now, Tessa." Before she leaves, she turns back and then squeezes my upper arm like a friend, a sister. The air is still. I look up. Julian's dad with his mom and brother in front of the gallery. How they hate me. I look at the jury. They will be the ones, these strangers. I look at the judge, the bar table, the bench. All the barristers are men. Even the court usher is a man. I'm the only woman. And then, after 782 days, after being asked over and over again, "Are you sure you want to go through with this?" After all the snide or embarrassed looks at work, after all the doubts people have expressed about me, after all the statements, the rape kits, the ongoing scouring of my own body, after the nightmares, the vomiting, the digging into my own flesh, I am here. Mr. Julian Brooks's KC here will at some stage tell you, the jury, about what Mr. Brooks might have lost, but I will tell you what I have lost. I have lost my dignity and my sense of self. I have lost my career path, friends, peace of mind, my safety, the sense of joy in my sexuality. But most of all, I've lost faith in this, the law, the system I believed would protect me, the system I dedicated my life to. After 782 days, all 10 tracks in my brain are lighting up. I have found my voice. I can hear Your Honor, Your Honor. Loud, outraged, trying to drown out my voice. The judge asked me to please just answer the questions. I'm calm. Your Honor, there are some things I'm going to say. I find the face of the young police officer. I see all the women who came before and all the women who will come after. I see Jenna. The law has been shaped by generations and generations of men. There are no excuses anymore. It must change because the truth is 1 in every 3 women will be sexually assaulted. Their voices must be heard and believed for justice to be done. When a woman is violated, it's a corrosive wound that begins in terror and pain in the body, and then it overtakes the mind and the soul. Before, I would have said she was confused. Before, I would have pointed out inconsistencies. Now I see, from my own experience, we have it all wrong. We do not interrogate the law's own assumptions. We interrogate the victim. 1 in 3 women. Look to your left. Look to your right. One of us. I feel a wave of sadness. I know the jury will not find Julian guilty. But a weight has been lifted. Suddenly, the defense team, they're all shaking hands with Julian. A roar from his boys in the gallery is loud and there is clapping. Julian will never have to say sorry, never have to admit what he did, never have to. I see the face of the young police officer, the young woman in a uniform usually worn by men. She locks eyes with me. And in this brightly lit, suffocating courtroom, standing in front of everyone, meeting the eyes of that one young woman, makes me feel something good. All I know is sometime, somehow, something has to change.
Mary Jo, are you going to read this? Well, perhaps I'll be reading this. Deborah Vance, a legendary stand-up comic at the Palmetto Hotel in Las Vegas, is attracting an increasingly smaller audiences to her shows. Against Deborah's wishes, her manager has sent a young comedy writer, Ava Daniels, to work with her on her act. Like Deborah, Ava has been having career difficulties following a controversial comment she made on Twitter.
Why are you here?
Well, obviously, it would be a huge honor to work with someone like you who's been working so successfully for so long. I mean, you're a legend.
Wow, a legend.
Yeah.
So you're a fan?
Well, I mean, of course, what would I be here if I wasn't?
Well, what's your favorite joke of mine?
Oh, man, you know, that's so hard.
Well, it shouldn't be. I've written over 30,000. Just pick one.
You know, I would have to say that your TV show is my personal favorite thing you've
You-
ever done.
You mean my sitcom from 1973? You've seen it?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen clips.
Clips? Wonderful.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of the actors on the show that I most recently worked on were stand-ups like you.
Hold
so-
on, I'm gonna stop you right there. I do not work with writers.
You don't?
No, Jimmy sent you against my wishes.
You're gonna kill him.
No, I'm gonna kill him.
Great, well, this sucks.
Yes, it sucks, but at least you didn't waste too much time researching me. Thank you for your time.
Fucking bitch.
Excuse me, did you have something else to say to me?
Yeah, you've just been pretty rude and I dropped everything to come out here. And you're right. I'm not a fan of yours. You caught me. This is all just a little fucking annoying because I flew all the way here on Spirit fucking Airlines and I didn't even want this job in the first place. I mean, the last thing on earth I want to do is move to the desert and write some lame jokes for an old hack.
Well, if you're in such demand, why are you meeting with me anyway?
Because I can't get any other job, okay? I tweeted a joke about that closeted senator who's sending his son to conversion therapy camp or whatever, and everybody freaked. And then some other asshole dug up some stupid shit I wrote when I was like 20 years old, and now no one will hire me, including you, apparently.
What is this joke? I gotta hear it.
Mr. Rogers Senator Rogers is upset because he found out his kid is gay. Apparently, he heard it from one of the guys he was sucking off in the Senate cloakroom. And I just wanted to call him out for being a hypocrite because he was caught with a male escort. I guess I crossed a line or whatever.
Oh, honey, no, there is no line. It's just not funny. You should be blacklisted for how bad that joke is.
Cool. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad we did this.
Wait. Senator Rogers has been in the closet so long, his wife keeps trying to donate him to Goodwill. Now, that's a better joke.
What if it's something like Senator Rogers has been in the closet so long, all his friends are mothballs.
Mothballs. Senator Rogers has been in the closet so long, he shits mothballs. That's it, you're hired.
Wait, what?
Write me 20 jokes before tomorrow morning and nothing about pantyhose or root canals because I've done them all.
The fuck just happened?
The Children's Hour by Lillian Hellman. Carol Carson is playing the role of Martha Doby. Leanne Couteau as Karen Wright. I've just butchered your name again. So sorry. It is 1934, and we are in the kitchen of an all-girls boarding school where Karen and Martha, longtime friends, are the headmistresses. When an angry student accuses them of being lesbians, the accusations threatens to destroy their lives and everything they have worked so hard to build, including Karen's relationship with her fiancé, Joe. Joe, whose departure leaves the women feeling completely exposed and vulnerable.
I made a small cake. You know what? I found a bottle of wine. We'll have a good dinner. Where's Joe?
On.
A patient? Oh, we'll wait dinner for him then. Karen, what's the matter?
He won't be back.
He won't be back anymore tonight?
He won't be back at all.
What happened? What happened, Karen?
He thought we had been lovers.
I don't believe you. I don't believe it. What kind of awful talk is that? I don't believe
All
you.
right.
I don't
All
believe it.
right.
Well, didn't you tell him? Didn't you tell him that it wasn't true?
Yes,
He didn't believe you?
I guess he believed me.
Then what have you done? This is all wrong. This is crazy. I don't understand what you've done. You guess he believed
I
you.
don't
You're
want
still
to ever
guessing.
talk about it, Martha.
Oh God. I wanted that for you so much.
Don't carry on. I don't feel well.
What happened to us? What really happened to us?
I don't know. I'm gonna make some tea and go to bed now.
Whatever happened, go back to Joe. It's too much for you this way.
Stop talking about it. Let's just pack up and get out of here. Let's take the train in the morning.
A train to where?
I don't know, someplace, any place.
A job? Money.
In a big place, we could find something to do.
We have been in the headlines. We're very famous.
A small town then.
They know more about us, I guess.
We will find a place to go.
I don't think we will. Not really. I feel as if I couldn't move, and what would be the use? I mean, it seems to me I'll be sitting the rest of my life just wondering what happened. It's a bad night for us tonight, but we might as well get used to it. They'll all be like this.
But this isn't a new sin they tell us we've done. Others aren't destroyed by it.
They are the people who believe in it, who want it, who've chosen it for themselves. That must be very different. We aren't like that. We don't love each other. We don't love each other. I mean, we've been close to each other, of course. I've loved you like a friend, the way thousands of women feel about other women.
I'm cold.
You are a dear friend who is loved. That's all. Certainly, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's perfectly natural that we should be fond of each other. Why, I've known you since we were 17.
Why are
and
you
I always
saying
thought
all
that-
this?
Because I love you.
Yes, of course, and I love you too.
But maybe I love you that way. The way they said I love you. I don't know. I don't know. Listen to me.
What?
I have loved you the way they said.
Martha, we're both so tired.
There's
Please
always
don't
been
keep
something
going
wrong.
on.
Always. As long as I can remember. But I never knew until all this happened.
Stop that crazy talk.
You're afraid of hearing it. I'm more afraid than you.
I won't listen to you.
Well, you've got to know it. I can't keep all this to myself any longer. You've got to know that I am guilty.
You are guilty of nothing.
Oh, I've been telling myself that since the night we first heard that child say it. I just lie in bed night after night, just praying that it isn't true. But I know it now. It's there. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I did love you. I do love you. I resented your marriage, maybe because I wanted you, maybe because I wanted you this whole time. I couldn't call it by a name, but maybe it's been there since I first knew you.
It isn't the truth. Not a word of it. We never thought about each other that way.
No, of course you didn't. But who's to say I didn't? I never felt that way about anybody but you. I've never loved a man. I never knew why before. Maybe it's that.
You are tired and worn out.
It's funny. It's all mixed up. There's something in you and you don't do anything about it because you don't know it's there. And then suddenly a little girl gets bored. She tells a lie and there that night you see it for the first time and you say to yourself, did she see it? Did she sense it?
What are you saying? You know it could have been any lie. She was looking for anything.
Yes. But why this one? She found the lie with the ounce of truth. I guess they always do. Oh my God. I guess they always do. I swear. I've ruined your life. And I've ruined my own. I swear I didn't know it. I swear I didn't mean it. I can't stand it anymore.
All this isn't true. We don't have to remember it was ever said. Tomorrow, we'll just pick ourselves
I don't
up.
want tomorrow. It's a bad word.
Go and lie down, Martha. In a few minutes, I'll make some tea and I'll bring it in to you. You'll feel better.
Don't bring me any tea. Thank you. Good night, darling.
All About Eve by Joseph Mankiewicz. Eve is played by Nancy Lesh. Audrey Greenberg is playing Karen. We are in the powder room of the Stork Club in New York City, where we find Karen Richards and Eve Harrington. Karen is the best friend of the highly regarded but aging Broadway star, Margot Channing. And Eve is an ambitious and ruthless younger actress who has manipulated her way into Margot's life. With the help of the powerful New York Times theater critic Addison DeWitt, Eve has conspired to use Karen to play a practical joke on Margot, whereby Margot is detained from getting to the theater on time one night so that Eve, her understudy, would get to do the show that night. Naturally, Addison DeWitt wrote a rave review of Eve's performance that night, which did not amuse Margot.
You know, I've always considered myself to be a very clever girl, smart, good head on her shoulders, that sort of thing. Never the wrong word at the wrong time. But then I never met Addison DeWitt. I heard myself saying things I wasn't even thinking, as if my mind were someplace outside my body and I couldn't control what I did or what I said.
And you felt just like that talking to Addison.
In a way, you find yourself trying to say what you mean, but somehow the words change. They become his words, and suddenly you're not saying what you mean, but what he means.
Do you expect me to believe that you didn't say any of those things, that they were all Addison?
I don't expect you to believe anything except that the responsibility is mine and the disgrace as well.
Let's not get over dramatic.
You've really got a low opinion of me, haven't you? Well, I've got some pleasant news. I've been told off in no uncertain terms all over town. Miss Channing should be happy to hear that, to hear how loyal her friends are. Much more loyal than she ever had a right to expect me to be.
Eve, don't cry.
I'm not crying.
Don't underestimate Addison. You have a powerful friend in him.
He's not my friend. You were my friends. I wish I never met him. I'd like him to be dead. I want my friends back.
I don't think you meant to cause unhappiness, but you did. Somehow, as it turned out, to you more than anyone else.
I'll never get over it.
Yes, you will. You theater people always do.
I wish I could believe that.
Don't worry. You're very young and very talented. And believe it or not, if there's anything I can do,
There is something.
I think I know.
Something most important you can do.
You want to play Cora. You want me to tell Lloyd that I think you should play it.
If you told him so, he'd give me the part. He said he would.
After all you've said, don't you know that part was written for Margot?
It might have been 15 years ago. It's my part now.
You talked just as Addison said you did.
Cora is my part. You've got to tell Lloyd it's for me.
I don't think there's anything in this world that could make me say that.
Addison wants me to play it.
Over my dead body.
That won't be necessary. Addison knows how you arranged for Margot to miss that performance as a sort of joke, so I could take her place that one time. And I'd happen to know she'd miss it in time. She'd miss it in time to call him and notify every paper in town. It's quite a story. Addison could make quite a thing of it. Imagine how snide and vicious he could get and still write nothing but the truth. I had a time persuading him. You look a bit pale, Karen. If I play Cora, Addison will never reveal what happened either in or out of print. Simple exchange of favors. And I'm so happy I can do something for you at long last. Your friendship with Margot, your deep, close friendship. What would happen to it, do you think, if she knew the cheap trick you played on her for my benefit? And you and Lloyd, how long before people forgot what happened, even in the theater, and trusted you again? No, it would be so much better on everyone concerned if I were to play Cora, and so much better theater too.
Part in a play. You would do all that just for a part in a play.
I do much more than that for a part that good.
Miss Malaprop Messes Up by Camille Gayon. Camille Gayon is playing Miss Malaprop and Richard Hirsch as Mr. Weasel. Mr. Weasel, unprepared as usual, has to try a case for a client in a senior living facility who tries his patience.
Miss Malaprop, a Mr. Edwin Muscatby has alleged that you caused severe freezer burns and frostbite to his entire face by throwing a glass of iced tea at him.
It's self-dispense, Mr. Weasel.
You mean self-defense, and the name is Weasel.
No, self-dispense. I was trying to get a refill of the iced tea and it accidentally spilled on him.
Spilled in his face?
Yes.
Ma'am, he's a good 2 feet taller than you. How am I going to explain how it got all the way up into his face?
Maybe he was slouching,
That could work.
or maybe he was crouching.
It's possible if there were no witnesses. Were there any other people in the dining hall who could have seen this?
Yes, it was packed. It was Fajita Friday. There's always a big turnout.
All right, let's come back to that issue. For all intents and purposes, let's assume that maybe you had a tremor in your hand.
Porpoises. Yeah, there were no porpoises or any fish being served that night. They ran out of the tilapia a few days before on Tilapia Tuesday.
For the love of, I wasn't talking about porpoises, I said purposes.
Well, what did you bring them up for? Unless you were talking about our field trip to SeaWorld last year.
I'm not talking about SeaWorld either. Let's not get sidetracked here.
Good, there's no more field trips because someone fell into the pool with the orcas.
Oh, for crying out loud. Next thing you know, we'll be talking about Disneyland.
I love Disneyland, except for those teacups. They were spinning so fast my wig flew off. Can I sue them for that?
Please, please, let's take one case at a time here. Let's focus on your hands. Do you have any history with tremors?
Yes, I sure do.
Good, that's very good. Now we have something we can maybe find a plausible defense for. Tell me about your history with tremors.
Sex was always fantastic. Much better with them than the baritones.
No, no, no. I said tremors, not tenors.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I did. Have you ever had any hand tremors, where your hands shake uncontrollably?
Only after holding my vibrator for too long.
Ay, ay, ay. I don't think that would work unless you did it within minutes of the iced tea incident. Did you?
Did I what?
Did you use your PPD within 30 minutes of the iced tea incident in the dining room?
What's this about using PCP? I don't do drugs, never did, except maybe some of those yummy gummy bear candies with the marijuana in them.
Too much information again. Oh, won't you be fun in a courtroom? I said PPD, not PCP. It stands for personal pleasure device.
Oh, like VW stands for Volkswagen.
Exactly. So moving on from our vocabulary lesson of the day, did you use your vibrator within 30 minutes of going to the dining hall that day?
Oh, no. We had the yoga class right before that, and I never miss a class here. Plus, I had a booty call visit the night before from Mr. Von Henkel from across the hall, so I didn't need it.
Okay. Too much information again. Let's see, Miss Malaprop, can anybody find any reason why Mr. Edwin Muscovy did something to upset you?
Yes, he upset everybody in the home.
And did he do something on that particular day to upset you?
Yes, he sure did. He cut the line.
Uh-oh. Mrs. Malaprop, do you think he might have accidentally thrown the iced tea in his face because you're upset about him cutting the line?
Pretty sure I didn't. Nope, I don't think so.
Let's see, reviewing some notes about suspicious incidents at the home, I wondered if that person who fell into the pool with the orcas at SeaWorld had cut the line that day.
Yes, I was there first and she cut right in front of me.
And what about Mrs. DeLorean, a 93-year-old who suffered a serious concussion because she claimed she was tripped on the way to bingo night? Did she cut the line?
Yes, I didn't think anybody her age could move that fast.
Miss Malaprop, was there any chance you could have accidentally stuck your foot out, causing her to accidentally trip?
No, I'm sure I wouldn't do that. I suffer from severe osteoosmosis.
Do you mean osteoporosis?
Yes, I'm a very delicate flower.
I'm failing to see that. And then what about the lady who broke her hip when she tripped over someone's cane on the way to the book club meeting? Did she cut the line too?
Yep.
Miss Malaprop, did you have anything to do with any of these incidents?
Nope. I'm pretty sure I didn't.
This is proving to be a case that can be very difficult to win. I think we have to talk settlement here at this juncture.
What about the junk? What kind of junk?
Never mind about the junk. Miss Malaprop, do you have any idea why all these people who all cut the line all managed to suffer these severe injuries?
Karma.
Oh, look.
The Gingerbread Lady by Neil Simon. Grace Salzone is playing the role of Eva and Sherry McCoy as Toby. We are in a brownstone apartment on the west side of New York where Evie, an unemployed cabaret singer whose career, health, and marriage have all been destroyed by alcoholism, has recently returned after a 2-month stint in rehab. Last night, newly sober, Evie threw a birthday party for her best friend, Toby. When Toby reveals her husband has just asked for a divorce, Evie flees the apartment and goes on a bender. It is the next morning, and Evie returns home, surprised to find Toby still there.
Well, good morning.
Oh, that's entirely possible.
Do you know what time it is?
November?
Evie, I refuse to talk to your unbrushed hair all morning. Turn around and look at me. Oh my God. Your eye.
Toby, you want to be my friend right now? No questions, no sympathy. I'm all right.
I've been up all night calling everyone. I mean, I had no idea what happened to you last night, and you just don't seem to be acting much like a woman who just got beaten up.
I didn't get beaten, Toby, just punched. One clean little punch. I hardly even felt it.
Really? I mean, have you seen what you look like?
Compared to you, what difference does it make? I'm all right, I promise you.
Let me get some ice for it.
I've already had medical attention. A dog licked my face while I was down.
Who did this?
What difference does it make?
I want to understand why.
Come on, Toby. I got what I asked for last night because I wasn't getting anything else. All right, I'm putting ice on it. Are you happy now?
How can I be happy when your face is half smashed in? How many places did you have to go last night before you found what you were looking for?
Just one. If there's anything I know how to do, it's shop.
Oh, Christ, Evie. Sometimes you just disgust me.
Yeah, that seems to be the general feeling around town.
It was your good-for-nothing ex-boyfriend, wasn't it?
Yep, that's him. The man I love.
Jesus, I knew it. There was always something about him that frightened me. I mean, you could see it in his eyes.
Oh, forget the eye. It's that big fist you've got to watch for. Oh, God. I wouldn't hate you right now if you just left me alone, Toby.
Why did you go there, Evie?
He plays requests. I was lonesome.
And why did you start drinking yesterday? I mean, everything was going so good for you. Why, Evie?
What do you want? A simple answer? When I was 6 years old, my father didn't take me to the circus. How the hell do I know why I do anything?
Didn't you learn anything in the 10 weeks that you were in the hospital?
Yeah, well, the doctor tried to explain, but I was too busy making a pass at him. Oh, if I knew Toby, would it make any difference?
Yeah, it would help.
If you haven't eaten in 3 months, you don't want a description of food. You want a little hot something on the plate.
And did you get your fill last night, Evie? I mean, did you get your little hot something on the plate?
No, but we negotiated for a while.
Oh, come on, with someone like that, he's a deadbeat musician who doesn't give a damn about hitting some drunken woman.
Oh, you just don't get hit like that. You got to ask for it. I happened to make a bad choice. I broke his guitar. I smashed it against the refrigerator. I handed him the pieces and told him, now you can go look for work you're really equipped to do. I thought it was cute. The man has no sense of humor.
The truth, Evie? When he was beating you, did you enjoy it?
Well, there for a second, I told myself, this hurts like hell, but it sure beats indifference. Is there anything in the kitchen? I always get hungry after a fight.
Whoa, what fight? There was no fight. I mean, you just stood there and let him beat the crap out of you, the way you let everybody beat the crap out of you.
Oh, same as you. Only Marty doesn't punch. He just walks out on you. You're no better off than I am.
Well, at least my face isn't beaten to a pulp.
Oh, terrific. You spent years being gorgeous and all you've got to show for it is a turned up little nose. You know, we cried for you yesterday. Today's my turn.
Well, at least I tried to make things work, and at least I made the effort.
The only effort you make is opening your compact and powdering your nose. You're so vain about losing your beauty pageant looks. You've turned into a desperate, self-absorbed housewife. If you focused on Marty once in a while, instead of your face, he wouldn't be walking out on you.
Oh, go to hell. I powdered my goddamn face because I was afraid every time, Marty looked at me a little too closely that he'd see what I was becoming.
Oh, Toby, I love you. We're the same kind of broads. We managed to screw up everything. The only difference is you're dressed better doing it.
Oh, damn you, Evie. Damn you for being so goddamn honest all the time. Who needs the truth if this is what it gets you?
Oh, listen, I'm willing to live a lie. As far as I'm concerned, I'm 22 with a cute little behind.
You're not 22. You're an alcoholic with no sense of morality or responsibility. And you've never had a lasting relationship with anyone who wasn't as weak or as helpless as you. So you have friends like me. We hold each other up because neither of us has the strength to do it alone. And you have lovers like your ex-boyfriend whose only talent is to beat your bloody face in and then leave you when something better comes along. I know what I am, Evie. I don't like it. I never have. So I cover the outside with Helena Rubinstein. I use little makeup jars. You use quart bottles. The way I see it, you've got two choices. You can either get a book on how to become a responsible, mature person, or you can just go ahead and drink yourself to bloody fucking hell. Oh my God, I think that's the first time in my life that I've ever told anyone off, and I feel like I'm gonna be sick. Please don't hate me, Evie. Please tell me you don't hate me.
Oh, I hate you. I'm having trouble seeing you.
Oh, come on, let me get something for that disgusting eye.
Go on home.
I can't. Marty's still there. He's like, getting papers and stuff.
Listen, you want to take some advice from a drunk? Go home, wash that crap off your face, put on a sloppy house dress, and bring him a TV dinner. What the hell could you lose?
Probably nothing. Wouldn't it be funny if you were right?
The Pizza Man by Darlene Cavioto. Olga Varga is playing the role of Julie, and Marcia Hayden is playing the role of Alice. Alice and Julie, two financially challenged, recently divorced women, are trying to make a go at being roommates, but both women are severely frustrated, personally, professionally, and sexually. Alice has been in a dead-end relationship with a married man and comforts herself with food. Julie has just been fired from yet another job and drinks too much.
Mom, I really can't deal with this right now.
I'm not sure I understand.
Hello. Please, no drama.
I don't want to live.
You don't want to live. And should I stay seated for this?
A woman puts her whole heart and soul into a relationship, and what does she get?
I hate to ask what I'm going to guess, heartburn.
And I did everything for that man, everything. I gave him my whole life, 2 years. I went to stupid hockey games with him, cheap sordid motels. I even lost weight for this man. And you know how he repays me?
I give up.
He went back to his wife.
Oh, brother, I did not see that coming.
Is there anything here to eat?
Hold it, wait a minute. Did you have dinner?
Twice.
Oh, I'm not going to let you do that to yourself. You've lost 25 pounds, and I hate to see you gain it back all in one night.
But I'm depressed.
Well, you always eat when you get depressed. And then you get depressed and you eat some more. Then you eat again. Within a month, you'll be back into queen-size pantyhose.
Well, at least I'm not an alcoholic.
Hey, don't attack me because you're upset.
Now that isn't apple juice, now is it?
It's a before dinner drink.
Well, you smell like you've had at least 4 dinners.
Well, we were supposed to eat an hour ago. I'm not going to eat alone.
Why not? You drink alone.
Look, don't start. It was really pleasant before you came home.
Okay, maybe I'll leave.
Fine, leave.
Fine, I will.
Fine, go.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I'm just so depressed. He went back to his wife. Do you believe that? He's been telling me all this time how much he loves me, and then he goes back to his wife. I hope that son of a bitch has a stroke. Jerry went back to his wife.
I heard.
Oh, who'd you hear that from?
What's the matter with you? You just told me.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm so depressed. I have to eat. I can't cope with this.
Please, not tonight.
There's nothing in here to eat. What happened to all the food? You were supposed to go to the store today.
I was?
Yeah, I gave you $50 this morning. You made a big deal about it. You said you wanted to do the shopping because I always buy diet food.
I did. I forgot.
You forgot to go shopping.
I guess, yeah.
Terrific. I need food. I cannot suffer on an empty stomach.
Have a beer.
Beer.
Or wine. There's some right behind you.
Are we having some kind of party tonight?
No, I'm not.
Well, why do we have all this? And where's my $50?
Did you give me $50?
Did you spend my $50 on this?
I think so. Yes, I did.
Wonderful. My whole world exposed in my face. And one night that I need someone to lean on to tell my troubles to, you decide to fall apart.
I'm not falling apart.
Whatever.
I'm not falling apart.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean the one night you need me to tell your troubles to? I'm beginning to feel like Dr. Phil. God help me if I have a problem and need any help.
Ugh, you're the most together person I know. You never have any problems. It's disgusting.
That's what you think.
You do have problems.
Of course I have problems.
That's wonderful.
What?
I mean, you never yell. You never get upset. Whenever anything goes wrong, you just sit there and smile. It's infuriating. And then you've got those perfect little teeth.
Well, just because I don't run around telling the world I've got problems doesn't mean I don't have them. I have problems.
Well, do you have a little problem tonight?
Don't talk to me like that.
Like what?
Like I'm in romper room and I just wet my pants.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please excuse me. I just want to know if you have a problem. I am here to listen.
I do have a problem.
Oh, thank you. I needed that. I need to feel needed.
Can I get on with my problem?
Sure, let's have you lay right down there on the couch. I'll go get some paper and then I'll take notes.
Forget it.
I want to listen.
Just forget it.
I'll listen.
Forget it.
Please, Julie, come on.
I yelled at Mr. Plunkins tonight.
Oh, Mr. Plopkin with a hearing. You always yell at him. He can't hear.
No, I mean, I really yelled at him. He called me about the music, and then I called him an old grumpy fart face.
Oh, my God. Well, he'll get over it.
Yeah, I yell at people at work. Driving home, I yell at people on the road. You come home and I start yelling at you.
Julie, that's not like you.
I know it's not like me. God, I'm doing this again.
Is there some reason for all this yelling?
I'm a mess. I'm an uptight mess.
Hmm. Well, let's just order some pizza.
I'm not hungry.
Well, I am. There's nothing in this house to eat.
I lost my job. They laid me off.
Oh, Julie, you were doing so well. You were there, what, almost 5 months?
6.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Last week, my boss called me into his office. I thought he was going to dictate a letter. He said, sit down. And I said, thank you. He said, you're very pretty. And I said, thank you. Then he said, you want to go out for a drink later? And I said, no, thank you. And today I got a pink slip with my check.
He can't get away with that.
Business is bad. He's laying people off. I wouldn't lay him, so he's laying me off.
That's illegal. This is not 1968. Human Services needs to hear about this. No, actually, get yourself a lawyer. Take his ass to court. God, this makes me so angry.
It does?
Yes, I'm furious. Can't you tell? I am furious.
That's sweet, Alice. I didn't expect that from you, that you could get so involved in my problem that you would forget yours.
You know what would have happened if you'd had that drink with him. 1 drink would have led to 6 drinks, would have led to 10. And before you know it, just like that, it would be a year later, and he would have gone back to his wife. Just like Jerry.
Two minutes. 2 minutes on my problem. Alice, I may not be able to pay the rent. Alice, look at me. Read my lips. Money. I may not have any. Forget about hiring a lawyer. I'm talking about real practical things, real life stuff. Stop thinking about the schmuck.
He's not a schmuck.
Pay attention. He's a married man. He's a schmuck.
But he says he really loves me. This is just some little midlife crisis. He's getting it out of his system.
Why are you here, Alice? Why are you in my life? You never listen. You ask for advice, but you never listen. It's like I'm talking to a goddamn wall. Nope, I'm talking to a goddamn raving idiot. You're an idiot, Alice. An IDIOT idiot.
I know what you're doing, and I do appreciate it.
What the hell? Get over yourself.
You're yelling at me because you care. You're trying to save me from schmuckery. Is that even a word?
No.
Do you know what I truly believe? Jerry, he would never cheat on me.
Just order yourself a man with that pizza.
Bring that back so I can see it. Chapter 2 by Neil Simon, Deborah Crowd as Jenny Malone, Bob Lipson as George Schneider. George, a successful novelist whose wife died 3 months ago, and Jenny, a successful actress, divorced only 4 months ago, reluctantly met on a blind date. After a whirlwind 3-week courtship, they marry. They have just returned to George's Manhattan townhouse from their honeymoon in Barbados.
That was fun. 3 days of rain and 2 days of blistering heat. We should have taken out honeymoon insurance. Hey, you want to share a can of open Coke? None of that annoying fizz to worry about.
Now, wait a minute. How many glasses of wine did you have?
2.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, I had 4.
You had 7
I had 6.
and 2 at the airport?
Okay, Joe, that was 8, right? But it wasn't 7. Don't accuse me of having 7.
You're drunk, Jenny. You're drunk.
Oh, is that what's been bothering you, George? That I drank too much all day? Well, I couldn't help it. I told you I don't like flying. I asked you to hold my hand, but you wouldn't do it, so I drank some wine instead.
I did hold your hand, and while I was holding it, you drank my wine.
Okay, George, get it all out. You're angry because I ate your macadamia nuts. I took your Trident chewing gum. I read your Time magazine before you did. You're sore because I knew what happened to the people in the news ahead of you.
Don't mix up my mail. I just sorted through it.
Oh, pardonnez-moi, monsieur. It's glum in here. We need plants, lots of plants from the floor to the ceiling, and sunshine. How do we get some sunshine in here, George?
Well, how about opening the drapes and wait for morning?
Oh, God, humor. At long last, humor.
Look, it's been a lousy day, and because of the time difference, we get an extra hour of lazy. Come on, why don't we just write it off and go to bed?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. You just had dinner on the plane.
Oh, airplane food isn't dinner. Come on, George. Let's get a chili burger.
Oh, God, I don't want a chili burger.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Everybody wants a chili burger. Come on, George. A big greasy burger dripping with insanely delicious Mexican chili?
I told you I don't want a goddamn chili burger.
Well, excuse me.
Oh, very good. Give the girl 2 gallons of wine, and boy, the repartee gets really quick.
Not as quick as you, George. I'm just a dumb old country gal from Cleveland.
You know, I noticed, sitting on the plane, pen poised over the New York Times crossword puzzle in 3.5 hours, no ink on the paper.
Oh, I'm sorry, George. Am I not literary enough for you? Well, how's this? Up your syntax.
Oh, swell. I'll try it tonight. I've been looking for a thrill.
I've tried everything, including my funniest faces to get a smile out of you since 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh, God. Why don't you just try an hour of quiet?
I tried it in Barbados and it turned into 24 hours of gloom.
Oh, God. Listen, I'm walking a very fine line tonight. So a lot of things I'd like to say to you, but they would only get us in a lot of trouble, and I don't want to deal with it now.
George, I'd just as soon hear what you had to say.
I don't think you would.
Why don't you be in charge of saying it, and I'll be responsible for not wanting to hear it.
As honeymoons go, I don't think you got much of a break.
No, sorry you felt that way, George. I had an intermittently wonderful time.
Well, I don't know what you experienced in the past. I'm not a honeymoon expert, but personally, I found myself moody, very unbearably moody.
2 days and 7 isn't much of a complaint. If you notice, I never complained. But George, we should limit this conversation to present honeymoons.
Why?
Because that's where we're living.
You can't get to the present without going through the past.
Oh, Jesus, George. Is that what you did in Barbados? Compare honeymoons?
Why don't you ever ask me questions, Jenny? Why do you treat our lives as though there never was a day that happened before we met?
I'm not overly curious, George. If there are things you want to tell me, then tell me. But Christ, does it have to be on the first night in this house?
Ooh, jeez. I was wondering when that perfectly calm exterior you have. Oh, God, thank God for a little antagonism.
Antagonism, hell. That was pure fear. We haven't even begun this conversation. I'm scared to death.
Why?
I have terrific animal instincts, George. I know when my life is about to be threatened.
Okay. All right, I'll start. How about your husband, Gus? And I mean, he's got to be more than a football player in an oversized jersey who pops up every time we have a conversation and need a laugh.
I wish to hell I knew where this conversation is going.
All right. Tell me something, anything. What was your honeymoon like? Would you say your sex life was A, good, B, bad, C, good and bad? So pick one.
Why are you doing this, George? I don't understand. Do you expect me to stand there and give you a detailed description of what it was like in bed with him? Is that what you want to hear?
Okay, forget it. Just forget it.
Because if you want to know the truth, I don't think I ever knew the first damn thing about sex. Because what happened to you and me in Barbados was something I never dreamed possible. I hope you felt the same way, George. I mean, this is really painful for me to talk about, but I'll try anything if it's going to help us move closer together.
I said forget it for now. Just forget it.
No, God damn it. You're not going to open me up and then walk away from it. I went through one marriage, ignorant as hell. At least let me learn from this one. I'm not going to blow 5 years of analysis in one night because you don't have the nerve to finish what you started. No more questions?
No.
Okay. Can I ask a few?
Why not?
Okay. Tell me about Barbara.
She was terrific.
Oh, I know she was pretty. There are enough pictures of her around here, but tell me about your honeymoon. You went to Europe, right?
Yeah, we went to Paris, London, Rome. If you want a romantic description, it was a knockout.
Oh, I got the adjectives, but what about the details? Big room, small room, view of the Seine, overlooking the park, 4-poster bed. What was the wallpaper like?
Stop it, Jenny. Jesus, I don't have strength for this kind of thing anymore.
Why is it so painful, George? What are you feeling? Do you think I'm expecting you to behave a certain way?
No, I expect it. I expect a full commitment from myself. You know, I did it 12 years ago, but I can't do it now.
George, I'm in no hurry. What you're giving me now is enough. I know the rest will come.
How do you know? How the hell did you become so wise and smart? Stop being so goddamn understanding. Will you? It bores the crap out of me.
What do you want me to do? You want fury, anger, bitterness? You want me to stand toe to toe with you the way Barbara does? Well, I'm not Barbara. And I'll be damned if I'm going to have to recreate her life. And the soon as we start accepting that, the sooner we can start on with this marriage.
Oh, no, you're not Barbara. That's clear enough.
Oh, Jesus, George. If you want to hurt me, you don't have to work that hard.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you give me so much room to be cruel. I don't even know when to stop them.
Why?
Why? Okay. Because I don't feel like making you happy tonight. I don't feel like giving you a wonderful time. I don't feel like I wanted a terrifically wonderful honeymoon. You want happiness, Jenny? Find yourself another football player, will you? I just resent everything you want out of a marriage that I've already had. And for making me reach so deep inside is to give it to you again. But, oh God, most of all, I resent not being able to say in front of you that I miss Barbara so very much. Oh, Christ, Jenny, I'm so sorry.
George, what do you want to do?
You know, I got to tell you this. There's nothing I would change about you, nothing, not a thing in this world. In fact, I want to walk over to you now and take you in my arms and say, okay, we're finished with the bad part. Now what's for dinner? But I'm stuck. I'm stuck, Jenny. Something in me is just keeping me here glued to the spot like a big old dumb overstuffed chair.
I could rearrange the furniture.
What? That is a great line. I gotta write that. And not a bad idea.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
Thank you, everybody. You can turn on your audios and visuals now. Okay, I'm going to ask everybody to join us. Turn on your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mary Jo. You're a champion.
Joe.
Yay!
Oh,
It's over.
Allowing our audience to unmute themselves if they want to. I'm going to allow our audience to turn on their video if you want to. So please feel free to turn on your sound and join us for a minute. I think I did. I don't know. Maybe I didn't unmute. Okay, and start video. Allow them to start their video. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
please
Thank
do.
you.
We need to see
Hi,
who's had
Lorraine.
the issue.
Hi, Laura.
What's that?
Hi.
Oh, look, everybody can get in. There's Linda. I told everybody they could unmute. So everybody, if you want to show us your faces, please do. Please do.
Says unable to start video.
Oh, okay. I
Because host
thought I
has stopped it.
Hi, Catherine.
Hey, Catherine. Hi.
Hey, Mark.
allow participants.
Hey, hey.
Allow participants.
Bravo, well done. Some people are muted.
Laura can't come because she's with a therapist right now.
They should all come. Okay.
And will she need to
No, that wasn't a joke. It's not that kind of therapist. It's a physical therapist.
Oh,
I'll take any
ask-
therapist.
I was
Guys,
gonna ask if
I
you could
need a
stand up.
therapist. I need the therapist.
all I'm going to say is that after working on Love Actually Live, which is a 1,000,000 whatever show, where everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong, I don't really feel that bad. Because everybody, your work was wonderful. And the rest of it, I don't think there's a single person in our guest list here who's going to be talking about anything other than how great you guys were, because you're absolutely wonderful. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Nobody got any text messages or emails from me. I was an audience member. I enjoyed every minute of our show. Every minute of it. You guys were fabulous.
Well, that's who.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's-
Barbara.
Thank you, thank
Our
you.
leader, our
Thank
leader.
you.
Our director.
Everybody.
Thank
was
you, Barbara.
Can I think I just allowed our audience members to, unmute themselves and turn on their videos. So if you guys in the audience want to unmute yourselves and turn on your video, please join us for a minute, just so we can see you. That would be wonderful. I think I just did that. You know what, Chuck, go to participants and make sure that I did that, okay? Can you do that, Chuck?
I'm doing it. I'm seeing.
Yeah, I can't start mine because the host has stopped it. I'm a guest in the audience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we.
Hi, Beverly.
Yeah, I can't get the video. It says
won't let you-
unable to start video. You can't start your video because the host has stopped it. But I'm here and you guys were great.
Thank you.
Really
Beverly.
Great. I enjoyed it.
Thank you guys so much. I don't know how to let the audience in. I'm sorry. If
That's
somebody
okay.
knows how to do it, please go ahead.
Themselves in now.
What's that?
I think they should be able to let themselves in now.
No, it still says unable to start video. You can't start your video because the host has stopped it, but that's okay. I can see you guys.
Well, we can
And you
see.
did
it too,
great,
Deborah.
all of it. It was so good. And
Oh,
each
look.
year it gets better and better and better and better. Yay.
Catherine, hi, darling. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank
Yes, you look good.
Yeah, you look good.
Yay, thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody.
you. It was so good. All the performances were really, really good.
Okay, what about the technical part of it?
What about what?
The technical part.
It was great.
Mary Jo, it was
Wonderful. It was wonderful.
It
Just
worked.
technicality.
Oh, it is what it is, and I enjoyed doing it. So I'm never doing it again. I will never volunteer.
Not till next time.
No, I won't. I promise. I'm going to find something else to do. Maybe I'll get a job.
We realized how technical is, how tough this is. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, as you discovered. So don't blame yourself at all for having any problems, because it took Laura a couple of years to be able to do it.
Well, it took me a couple of days and I did the best I could.
So you did fine. You did fine.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun watching the performances again. I mean, it's just fun.
I loved it. I just loved it. It was, this is my first time watching it as an audience member, so I'm going to say thank you very much.
Well, we did it for you.
Such a wonderful afternoon.
Lori Keogh, thanks for dumping me for Jim.
It wasn't Jim.
I'll remember that.
I dumped you for Jeff. I think he's going to be joining us next semester.
Well,
wow.
I
shall
think
consider it.
I think we should all be very proud of ourselves, because I'm feeling proud of myself.
Audrey, you did marvelous. You were marvelous.
I talk to friends, the few that I have left, and I tell them what I do, and they say, "Really? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that." I said, "Neither can I, but I do it." I just feel proud of myself, and I'm sure you guys feel that way.
Yeah, you should too.
This was a lovely afternoon. So I'm going to leave you guys to chat amongst yourself for a minute. My dog is now at the door going. So I'm going to run him downstairs. You chat amongst yourselves while I run him down because I can't stand his crying.
Thanks for a wonderful afternoon of theater, all of you. It was really just delightful. Loved it.
Thank you for joining
Thank you.
us. I've got to run, everybody. Much love to you all. You were fabulous.
Oh,
Thanks
Safe
everyone
trip,
for
Leslie.
you.
Safe trip, Leslie.
A wonderful trip.
Auf
Have a marvelous trip.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf
Thanks
Wiedersehen.
to everyone who came.
No more foreign languages, Leslie.
It was great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Loved
Bye.
it.
Everybody was great. I really loved it. Even with all our mistakes, I think they were fun.
Who said that? Oh, Deborah.
I did.
Yeah.
It gave Bob and I a chance to warm up.
What?
We got 1.5.
Yeah, you got 1.5 tries. So.
My friend Angel put some emojis next to her name because they can't get in. She put a heart and an applause and a thumbs up.
Oh, thanks, Angel.
Okay.
Take care, everyone.
I'm gonna go. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All the administrators of this. Okay.
Robert says hello.
Oh, hi, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Complaining about.
Hi, Robert. Just saying hi.
Oh, yeah, he didn't get to. He
Hi,
didn't get to
Robert.
play.
And Catherine, you're back home, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Not only that,
What?
Catherine, can I tell them about what you did last night?
What did I do? Oh, you mean-
Catherine the Cougar went out to dinner with a young Italian stud that we both happen to know. Girl.
Can you share going out?
She's a very good friend. I've known him for 25 years.
Oh.
She's known him for 40 years.
Molto bene, molto bene.
That's great.
Okay.
So
That's-
Nicola Whitaker managed to get in.
That's my daughter from Chile.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
welcome.
Hi,
Shirley.
Nicole.
She just disappeared again.
Oh,
I
Well,
don't know
we're
what the time difference is down there.
not letting her back in.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry, I'm on my phone, so I just couldn't use the video. Hi.
Oh,
Hi,
hi.
Chloe.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hi.
Colleen.
is Claire there?
I
She
am.
is.
Hi, Claire. Can we see you?
No, thank you. I have migraine and I have a big ice pack around my head.
Oh,
But you
Oh,
guys
it's been
are
fun, guys.
wonderful.
I'm gonna go.
She looks like Grace in her scene.
Awesome.
you.
Congrats,
Bye,
everybody.
Marcia.
hi, Marcia.
Congrats, everybody.
What did you
Hey,
do?
Joel.
She has an ice pack.
I've-
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Congratulations.